The revelations of the CIA's brutal interrogation techniques during the Bush administration have prompted calls by human rights activists and others for US officials involved in the program to be prosecuted.
Really, the ones to blame in this case are the senior US officials that authorized the abuse, knowing that it was illegal. They're the ones at the top that need to be held accountable for these crimes.
The United Nations Special Rapporteur on Human Rights and Counterterrorism echoed those demands. The CIA says the interrogations helped prevent further attacks after 9/11. The Senate report disputes that claim. Several US allies have been implicated in the so-called rendition of terror suspects into secret CIA facilities. Poland's former president admitted for the first time Wednesday that he authorized a CIA base on Polish territory, thought to be at this remote airbase. But the former president said he did not know that torture was taking place.
Strona amerykańska zwróciła się do strony polskiej o znalezienie spokojnego miejsca.
The Americans turned to the Polish side to request a quiet place where it could conduct operations to effectively obtain information from persons willing to cooperate with the U.S. side. We agreed to this.
Wyraziliśmy na to zgodę.
A 2010 parliamentary investigation in Lithuania also concluded that the CIA operated a base outside the capital, Vilnius, known as Detention Centre Violet. That investigation may now be reopened. Britain is also implicated. Questioned on the issue Wednesday, Prime Minister David Cameron said an inquiry was already underway.
So I'm confident this issue has been dealt with from the British perspective, and I think I can reassure the public about that. But overall, we should be clear, torture is wrong.
Many terror suspects were transferred to the US military base in Guantanamo Bay. Among them was British citizen Moazzam Begg, who was released after 3 years. Begg said Wednesday that the recent beheadings of Western hostages by Islamic State militants who dressed the victims in orange jumpsuits can be traced back to the CIA's actions.
ISIS was born in the dungeons of Abu Ghraib. It was born in the dungeons of the Iraqi prisons that were under US occupation. And that's where this hatred and animosity has festered.
There are fears that the terror threat to the US and its allies will intensify amid reports of demands for retaliation from jihadist groups on social media. Former Assistant Director of the CIA, Charles E. Allen, warns the threat has increased.
Yes, it will threaten Americans. Our people need to be protected. Their identities need to be protected. And I'd hate to see any blood come from this, but I fear there will be an attack.
Security has been stepped up at US embassies in Europe and across the world as a precaution against possible attacks. Henry Ridgwell for VOA News, London.